What's up, folks, and welcome back to Dyce Reacts, where we are staying in Australia tonight. Oh yeah, we are going to be checking out 10 strange Australian things I noticed when I come back from the UK. Brother Side checks one out. We ain't going to waste no more time. Just going to get right into it, folks. We're going to get right into it. Oh yeah.
Every time I land back in Australia, I remember the exact same things. The heat, the birds, the coffee, the bare feet. It's like Australia is determined to remind you instantly that you're back. I've lived in Australia for the past 5 years now, but every year I go back to the UK. I've just returned from my annual trip and I'm feeling like a jet lag zombie. But every time I fly to the UK and come back, it's like my brain forgets what Australia is actually like. So here are some odd things that I'm reminded of when I return to Oz.
Okay.
And having come from a 4-degree UK November into I think it's like, I'll just check on my phone, 34-degree Brisbane summer, I feel like I'm doing hot cold contrast therapy. The sun is aggressive. I don't know why, but I forget when I come back here. The sun is just turned to max brightness. My parents have been forcing me to wear sunglasses since day one. I'm grateful, they're smarter than me, they don't want me getting cataracts. So sunglasses out, SPF on, because my British skin is not rated for this level of UV violence. But at least I'm getting my vitamin D. Quick side note, here's some unsolicited health advice. If you live in the UK during the winter months, it's physically impossible for you to produce enough vitamin D through your skin. And that's because not enough UVB reaches the Earth's surface, and UVB is what's required to make vitamin D. So if you live in the UK and it's winter, you have to supplement vitamin D, or at least get it through your diet, because you're not making any from the sun. The birds are unhinged. In the UK, you get cute little robins and pigeons that look depressed. In Australia, the birds scream like they're in a Metallica tribute band. You've got your ibises rummaging through.
Yeah, I've noticed that in a lot of videos. Man, the birds are extremely loud in Australia. Like, it's just ridiculous. Sometimes I'm wondering if this is, in editing, where, some things are just raised too loud. But man, every time I see a video, the birds are just ridiculously loud. Although it's nice to hear birds chirping in the morning, the sun is just coming out, and those kind of stuff. But like some places, certain people do a video, and man, it's extremely loud. But sometimes I'm saying maybe it's just as I'm listening in headphones, and maybe certain editing software they use, and different volume levels. So sometimes I let it pass because of that. But it seems like those birds are extremely loud.
Bins, these blew my mind when I first saw them. And you've got your magpies swooping innocent pedestrians. And they put up signs in different places if they know there's a magpie nest nearby, because they will literally attack pedestrians as they're walking past. Birds in the UK are noticeably gentler. Coffee that actually tastes good. You take one sip and you instantly remember that Australia does not mess around. After 4 weeks in the UK, this feels like a spiritual awakening. The Brits bring the tea game, but a long black in Australia, that's therapy. Everyone's saying, how are you going? I'd forgotten how many different meanings this has. Hello, how are you? Why are you here? Are you lost? And this is actually something that I've picked up and I had to stop myself from saying when I was back in the UK. I had to switch back to my usual, you alright? Which in Australia you won't hear anywhere, and I'm told you alright actually means, are you okay? Like, seriously, is something wrong? So if you're a Brit coming to Oz, don't say that. The barefoot culture. Now this was a controversial topic in the last video. A lot of Aussies getting defensive saying, oh, we don't go barefoot in Melbourne. But speaking from my personal experience in Brisbane, I see people walking barefoot all the time. In Coles, in Woolies. I've even seen people barefoot at the airport. And if you can't beat them, join them. But only on soft grass when I'm exercising. That's my limit. I know I probably shouldn't paint.
At the airport? Doing what? That almost sounds like a stretch. At the airport? Wow.
The whole country with the same brush. Different regions have different cultures and different temperatures, of course. But in the UK, you will not see bare feet anywhere, because if you tried that, your feet would look like you've been coal mining. The gyms are full of units. In Australia, you walk into the gym and everyone's just shredded. Sunshine plus outdoor training plus genetics built for surfboards. I walked into the gym and I immediately wanted to apologize for my biceps. I'm not saying UK people can't be in good shape, but I guess the warm weather here means that everyone skipped the winter bulk and are getting beach body ready year round. Long drives. One thing that I forget about Australia is that every single drive takes forever. Nothing is close. Nothing. In the UK, if something's more than 25 minutes away, we cancel the plan. In Australia, people are like, yeah mate, It's only 2 hours up the road. And also, I fully turned into an automatic driver now. I used to think I loved driving manual, but having been here for 5 years, I've realised that automatic is far superior. I tried to drive manual again in the UK and nearly performed an exorcism on my dad's engine. Australia has converted me. My clutch foot is basically retired. Outdoor everything. This is the one that gets me every time. In Australia, everything is outside. Exercise outside, you meet friends outside, you barbecue outside. In the UK, I lasted 4 minutes in the garden before the frostbite set in. In Brisbane, you step outside and instantly feel alive. In England, you step outside and instantly question your life choices. Obviously, I have to mention the big one, the spiders and the snakes. People always ask me, Chris, aren't there giant spiders everywhere? Do snakes crawl through your apartment? And honestly, yeah, absolutely. Huge ones, everywhere, in your bed, in your bathroom, every day.
No.
Sometimes they even do the dishes for me. Psych! This actually never happens. Having lived here for 5 years, I've never
I almost fell for that, but I could see the smirk on his face inside. He was holding it. I'm like, nah, I've never heard anyone say that.
seen a big spider or a big snake in the city. If anything, you're more likely to see a Tesla than a tarantula. If you do go to the outback, or if you decide to go to the Daintree rainforest, for example, you will see some big spiders there and some snakes. But in the cities, you're very safe. Your biggest threat is actually cockroaches. They're big and they don't pay rent. I joke about all this, but every time I come back, I'm reminded of why I live here. The sun, the warmth, the lifestyle, and the fact that you can just exist outdoors without turning blue. To anyone who's moved countries, you know the feeling. Your old home feels strange, your new home feels strange, and somehow both feel like home.
Many people who do a lot of transitioning from the UK to Australia always mention about the sudden change in temperature. The sun is more in your face, you could feel it. I mean, it's almost like it caresses your skin in Australia. Even before looking at those videos, the image that people paint in the UK that it's always a damp day in the UK, it's always, you don't really feel like, it's not bubbly because it's always, the weather is always like dark and gloomy. Not necessarily raining, but it's always cloudy. The sun is not really visible for a lot of the, throughout the year. So it kind of almost like leaves you a little depressed in a way, compared to a place where it's sunny, the birds are out, the wind is blowing nicely, and everything just seems so peaceful. But in the UK, you can't really get that in terms of outdoor. It's just not the same. So definitely, I've heard what he said there, without a doubt. The barefoot part, I watched a video talking about the barefoot culture in Australia. You see them at the mall and a lot of other public places, but I've never heard someone said airport. I mean, that sounds like a stretch to me. I don't know what that person was doing there without any kind of footwear, but it's strange to me. Maybe they were drunk, I don't know. But it's really strange that someone is in airport without any kind of footwear. Australians, if you guys have seen that, or if it's something that's common, let me know in the comments, because I don't think it is a common occurrence. Yes, when he was talking about the snakes and stuff, spiders, I was like, huh? I've never heard anyone say that in any Australian video. And I quickly realized, man, he's just playing, he's just playing along with me, man. So yeah, and I had this, that notion as well, that everywhere in Australia is just filled with dangerous, creatures around your home, and you have to be locked in and make sure the doors are closed, the windows are closed, so that no deadly animals, creatures come in and kill you at night. But the ignorance has left. I'm learning. But he almost got me. Yes. If you want to see that long drawn out that I do, hit more on Dyce Reacts, Random Music Reactions. This is where I'm going to be making my exit. Until next time, peace out.